Hebrews 7, verse 11-28. A priest forever after a greater order. The passage opens with a question that exposes the limitation of an entire system. If perfection had come through the Levitical priesthood, under which the people received the law, what further need would there have been for another priest to arise after a different order? The very mention of another order signals insufficiency. The priesthood tied to Levi and the law bound up with it could never bring completion. It was provisional, anticipatory, and therefore destined to give way. A change in priesthood necessitates a change in law. This is not a minor adjustment within the same structure. It is a transfer from one order to another entirely. The writer points to one who arose from a different tribe, one not associated with altar service under the former arrangement. This priest does not stand by genealogical requirement, but by the power of an indestructible life. His qualification is not inherited, it is inherent. The declaration, "You are a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek," reveals a priesthood untouched by succession or termination. Unlike the sons of Levi, whose service was interrupted by death, this priesthood abides continuously. The former commandment is set aside, not because it was evil, but because it was weak and unprofitable in bringing anything to completion. The law made nothing perfect. In its place, something better has come, a hope through which access to God is fully realized. This new priesthood is established with an oath. The former priests came without such a declaration, but this one is appointed with divine certainty. The Lord has sworn and will not change his mind. This oath establishes a better covenant, one that does not depend on human faithfulness or lineage, but on the unchanging resolve of God himself. The contrast deepens. The former priests were many in number, prevented by death from continuing. Their ministry was marked by repetition, continual offerings that could never finally remove sin. But this priest remains forever. His priesthood is untransferable. Because he continues eternally, he is able to save completely those who come through him, since he always lives as their intercessor. The nature of this priest is then described: holy, innocent, undefiled, separated from sinners, and exalted above us. He does not need to offer sacrifices daily, first for his own sins and then for the people's. His offering was once for all. He offered himself. In that singular act, the entire sacrificial system reached its fulfillment and end. The law appoints men who are weak as high priests, but the word of the oath, which came later than the law, appoints a son who has been perfected forever. This perfection is not a process unfolding over time. It is a completed reality. The priesthood he holds is not awaiting completion. It stands in its finished state. Thus, the passage unveils a decisive transition, from repetition to finality, from shadow to substance, from temporary mediation to an eternal priesthood. What once stood as a continual reminder of incompleteness has been replaced by a finished and abiding reality. The priest remains. The work is done. The access is secured.